Hey everyone, this is Jane with Barlow Herbal, and happy Sunday, March 5th of 2023. I have a beautiful message for you today, and the inspiration for it actually came from a channel that I love. It's called the Inspired Channel, and I check in every now and again and see what they've got on and who they are interviewing. And there's a beautiful little clip from the guy who runs it. His name is Jean Nolan. And I want to make sure and give him credit because I've written down some of the things that he said. And this is just my take on this beautiful little video that gave me exactly what I needed this last week. And it all just made so much sense that I wanted to put my own spin on it and share some experiences for this past week, and then also going into this week ahead. I think we have such a beautiful opportunity right now for change and a rise in consciousness. And I know I talk about this all the time, but to me this is really a cool time for humanity. So the main start of this message is that there's always a reason for hope. Always. In fact, a few years ago, actually it was probably at the beginning of 2020, as the pandemic was starting to kind of wind up, it felt for a lot of people, this is hopeless, this is horrible. And I was talking with my nephew Ben, who I've shared some of his books and I've done interviews with him in the past. And I was sharing this with him, and he actually had this idea that as human beings, there is a necessity of hope. And I think that for a lot of us, that's what keeps us going when times get tough, is that we have this eternal flame of hope that always burns inside of us, and we realize our own potential and that we are the creators of our destiny, of our life, and it's a matter of taking action, right? So this basically, and I've been feeling this so strongly for a while, that right now we're in a window of opportunity where the energies of the planet and the consciousness that is rising in humanity is like never before. And this is really cool because this is an opportunity to seize the moment, to do what we all came to do. We made a choice to come here. It was not random. And whenever I actually say those words, I get chills, because I know for a fact that even though your life might not look like it's like you want it to look, it maybe was hard in the past or it's hard right now. We all chose to come here during this window of opportunity to not just experience, but to act upon this window of the rise in consciousness. So it's not random. We came with a mission, we came with a purpose, and deep inside of us, we know that this is true. You know, you might not be acting on it at the level you know you should, but deep inside you know. And when you feel what you feel and the energies of this rise and this great awakening, you know that you came here to participate in it, right? So this is such cool things. The forces that have been misleading humanity for so long also know that this is true, because we're not the only ones who can feel it. And maybe even the people who haven't awakened to the true purpose or awakened to the truth of what's happening, they can feel it, they just don't know it. And maybe they're caught in these lower vibrational energies of still a lot of fear and a lot of uncertainty, because the world seems like that a lot right now. So the forces that have been misleading us, humanity, for so long, they know it too. There's an energy window that is open right now, and this happens when a critical mass of people elevate their vibration to a higher level over a period of time. So, you know, I will say for many of you that are watching this probably can resonate with this 100%. We've been on this journey. Maybe it's started off being called a personal development journey, a self-care journey, a mindfulness journey, a spirituality journey. And, you know, I was born into a religious family, and that sparked my spiritual growth. And I really believe that it's, for me now, it is definitely more spiritual than religious. And because the religions are good for some people, they bring you what you need, they bring you community. And I think that there's many beautiful lessons that we learn in religious settings. But for me, the religion I grew up in, it did not feel spiritual for me, for my growth, for where I was going and what I knew. I knew I had a purpose, and of course, like most people, when you're in your teens, when you're in your 20s and even your 30s, you don't really know quite what your exact purpose is. And I've talked to so many people, and even some of my siblings, and it's like, I know I'm supposed to do something. I know I have a deep purpose. I just haven't found it yet. If that sounds familiar to you, trust me, you are not alone. So there right now, there is a window of opportunity that's going to make finding your purpose, putting it into action, easier, because there is so much of a flood of beautiful conscious energy that's just flooding around the planet. And I really hope you can feel it. And I would hope that if you can't, that you start taking the time to tune into it. That is so important. So a higher level, during this time, it is easier to create impactful change and transformation, personally and collectively. So there's 4 different things that he suggested that is going to help you do this. So number 1 is to establish or intensify your connection to the Creator, to God. This is time to really intensify that or establish it. If you have not established your connection, your personal relationship with the Creator, this is the time to do it. And if you have already established that, now it's the time to intensify it. Intensify your connection to the divine. We must have a spiritual connection to fully see it. This helps to wake up your skills, your abilities, and your God-given gifts. We all have these gifts that are given to us, and you might think it's something that's odd and not really a gift, but it is a gift, and it takes all of us with all of our different skills and our abilities to be what it is. Like it wouldn't be right if we all had the same thing. We all have something different. You have a unique mission, what you came here for. So that's number 1. Number 1, intensify or establish your connection with the Creator. That right there, you could leave it at that, and you would be on a whole different plane. So number 2, I love this one. Give yourself permission to act, to take action on the thoughts, ideas, and inspiration that you receive during your connection with the divine. This is where meditation comes in. This is where prayer comes in. When you establish that connection, you will get inspiration. You will get divine inspiration. And then give yourself permission to act. Do it. Start it. Be it. Act. Act on your inspiration. Learn to recognize these ideas that make you feel the intensity and how different they are from your own thoughts and ideas. Okay, now think about that. Learn to recognize that there's a difference between your own thoughts and ideas than divine inspiration. There's a difference because as humans in this dense world and with the way we've been programmed to think and feel, we always have these little niggles of doubt, right? Well, I don't know if that's right, or give yourself permission to get rid of those things that are your normal thought patterns and really act on the divine inspiration that you get. Powerful. It might seem crazy in the eyes of others, but that should not matter to you. Act on your divine inspiration. It will always guide you to do the right thing. Always. Number 3, connect with others around you and create friendships and communities. We are meant to live in social situations. We are social, spiritual beings. We can express our full purpose when we do it as a community. Open your heart and spirit to connection with others. I love that. And I talk about that all the time Because when I'm around someone that I'm having a full connection with, a friendship with, an exchange of inspiration and ideas, I feel so alive and I feel so good. And that is how it's supposed to be. We're not meant to go be isolated and spend all of our time alone. Do we need alone time? Yes. We need that reflective alone time. Sometimes we just need it to reset and regroup. But at the end of the day, we are social, spiritual beings at the very core of who we are. So number 4, and this is actually the last one. So move into more and more self-reliance, more personal responsibility every single day. We are designed to be fully responsible and co-creators of our lives. We're designed to be responsible co-creators. We're not designed to have a government or have an entity or have someone take care of us. Now I'm going to, make sure and let you know that yes, some people need to be taken care of physically, emotionally, mentally. But we are designed to be self-reliant and to be responsible for what we co-create. And for the huge majority of us, that is who we are. There are always situations and always people who are not fully able to do that as far as maybe on a physical level. This is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about those of us who have the ability, but maybe have made the choice to not be responsible and not be a co-creator in what our reality and what the world expresses because of what we bring to it. That is what I'm talking about. Because you could even be a person who's physically handicapped or physically unable to do something because of a strength or an injury or a disease or whatever. But you could still be the co-creator of your life, and you can still be fully responsible. We all know that. We all know that. So this current energy window makes things much easier than usual. So jump on that. Take this that you feel, that you know is happening, and let yourself move into action with it. There's a strong wind in ourselves. There are truly no limits when we take these actions. There's momentum. Seize the opportunity and stretch ourselves beyond what we think is possible. First, remind yourself of this. When you strengthen yourself, don't worry about what other people are doing, but when you individually strengthen yourself, you strengthen the collective. You don't have to worry about other people. Let them do them. Be the example. Be the example. Everything you've learned up to this point, turn that now into powerful, inspired action. I love these words from him. And this is very much a brief, my own spin. But to me, these are such powerful words. We can no longer put off living our divine purpose. The time is now. The time is now. You can activate a deep part within you that is so powerful, so overwhelmingly beautiful, that living any other way will seem impossible. Okay, I'm going to say that one again. You can activate a deep part within you that is so powerful and so overwhelmingly beautiful that living any other way will become impossible. I have experienced this myself over and over and over again. It's beautiful. This is the time. The moment is here. This is what I think. I have had so many conversations this past week that have all ended up with the same thing that I reach out and I express to them. Because I am so blessed to come in contact with some really amazing people every single day. And one of the things that keeps coming up is because the world does seem a little insane right now, and it's this and this and this and this, and it can be uncertain, and it can seem unsafe, and am I going to be able to, what is the uncertainty just gets to us, doesn't it? So here's the thing. Think about this. when we take our last breath and we are ready to transition out of this lifetime, we are in that transition moment, this is what I feel within the deepest part of my soul. It's going to be like this. Oh my goodness. And now I see. We are these inspired, powerful beings. We are here to create. We are here for a divine purpose. And if we can thin that veil of the realization of who we truly are while we are here in this physical body, the impact and the joy that we can experience is going to be undescribable. We don't have to wait until we transition when everything is now clear. You know, I have a very good dear friend who is possibly at the end of her life here. And it's not because she's very, very old. It's because she's been battling something. And I've talked to a couple people during this week and about her in particular. And I know for a fact, because I've known this person a long time, I know this is going to be her experience. I know that she's going to go, oh, it's going to be this huge realization of the beauty that is here, the lessons we're here to learn, the inspiration and the purpose that we can push out to our fellow humans, and the growth that we can have here while we're here. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be even chaotic. Live in gratitude. Take action. Connect into the Creator. Connect into God. And develop a strong, brilliant relationship. If you haven't already. If you have, let's end it here. Intensify it. Intensify your relationship with the Creator. And listen to the divine inspiration that comes. Get rid of that little ego that little voice in your brain that tells you it's all too hard, it's all not worth it, it's all hopeless. I don't have the skills, I don't have the abilities. Other people have that. No, you have that. You have that. So I hope that you have the most brilliant, beautiful week ahead. Remember this energy window that we are in. Everything is easier now. Take advantage of that. So have a beautiful, brilliant day, you guys. I love you so much. I'm so excited to be alive and witnessing the beauty that's all around us. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, as always, for what you put out into the collective, into what you bring to yourself and the people that are around you. I feel it and I see it, and I am grateful. So have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day, and we will see you next time.